I said you don't. I said you better get yourself together, but you won't go. But when you play something, you're like, you've changed whoever's listening to your life, for even if it's for 10 seconds or 2 minutes or 2 hours or however long they're listening to it or whatever. So if you think about it that way, I mean, there's nothing better than that when you've played something or you're doing something that makes people, they've changed just a little tiny bit, made them happier or sad or whatever kind of mood you're trying to go for. But that's what really motivates me, and that's why I love being on stage and playing. When I started, everybody was like, you gotta have a record company. You have to. You can't do anything without a record company. Everybody's trying to get the big record deal. And I didn't have one at the time, so I kind of put one out on my own, and it worked out pretty well because we sold quite a bit, on our own. So, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And then I met some other folks that helped me, get better and learn. So I've, put out another record from there, and it sold even more. And that's when a record company here in Okinawa kind of picked me up and said, hey, we're going to help you and get you to the next thing. I'm like, all right, I've made it. And next thing I know, they'd say, okay, you're not going to record anything for 2 years. So I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because I got a lot of writing songs and all this. Like, well, we got to sell this first. I said, well, I've already sold almost 2,000 CDs on my own. Now you want to keep selling the same thing? So they repackaged it and started selling it. And it didn't really work out too well. I think just from living here so long, you hear it so many times, and my kids grew up with it, and I would go to their festivals and see that they were dancing around and doing these things, and oboe, and you got the truck driving around, people playing the drums, and I've been here so long, it just kind of rubbed off on me, and the next thing I know, I'm kind of playing guitar a little bit like that style, and then I've met so many musicians here over the years that they play it, and then we just put it together, and it's like two old styles of music that make something new, so it's worked out good for us. We got Johnny Walker riding with me. I think relationships are the most important thing about period in life. I think every single great thing that's ever happened to me with music is because of a relationship that I've had with somebody who introduced me to them, or something 15 years ago, if a great musician I met, and then I call them up 15 years later, hey, you want to do something? And they're like, okay. And next thing you know, you got an album done. So that's an awesome thing.